Have you ever slept through the night only to wake up feeling weaker than the day before, like your body lost something while you were resting? I'm 60 years old, and I've been a doctor for over 3 decades. You know what concerns me the most when working with people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond? It's not the back pain or aching knees. It's the slow, silent feeling of getting weaker without knowing why. Today, I want to share with you something simple, yet it could completely change the way you feel when you wake up each morning. Never go to sleep in a state of nutritional emptiness. Because while you sleep, your body isn't just resting, it's repairing, rebuilding. But if you don't give it the fuel it needs, how can it protect you? I know that might sound too simple. But after working with thousands of patients over 50, I've seen this again and again. Most of the morning fatigue, stiffness, and that worn-out feeling, it doesn't come from age. It comes from a quiet hunger happening deep inside your cells. Let me ask you this. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling like your body got beat up overnight? Your muscles stiff, your joints aching, and you need to sit there for a few minutes just to gather strength before standing? One of my patients, her name was Elaine, 68 years old, told me something during her checkup. "Doctor, I sleep 8 hours. I don't drink. I don't smoke. But every morning I wake up feeling like I'm carrying rocks on my back. My whole body aches. My muscles feel drained." So I asked her, "Do you eat anything before bed?" She smiled and shook her head. "Oh, I usually skip dinner or go to bed hungry. I'm afraid late eating will make me gain weight." And in that moment, I knew this was the missing piece, the quiet habit that had slowly drained her strength. You see, when you go to bed, your body doesn't just pause, it starts a whole orchestra of healing. Every fiber of your muscles, every tiny cell, it's working to repair what's worn down. But without the right nutrients, how can they rebuild? After 60, our bodies go through something known as anabolic resistance. It simply means we don't absorb and use protein as efficiently as before. So even if you eat enough during the day, if your body goes all night without fuel, your muscles slowly waste away in silence. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat a heavy meal before bed, not at all. But just a small, smart, nutrient-dense bedtime snack can transform your sleep quality, your overnight recovery, and your energy the next morning. The good news is, modern science has shown there are simple foods you can eat 30 to 60 minutes before bed that can reduce morning pain, support muscle recovery, and even help you sleep more deeply. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through those foods, not from theory, but from real stories, real experiences, and real people I've worked with for over 30 years. And my hope is that after this video, you'll no longer hesitate when you see a staircase. You'll feel stronger, more stable, and more alive, regardless of your age. Because strength doesn't end at 60, it begins when we learn how to support the body that's carried us this far. Have you ever felt that way? If Elaine's story feels even a little familiar, then maybe it's time for a change, just a gentle one. A spoonful of protein, a glass of milk, a simple boiled egg, at the right time. And we're about to explore exactly that, right now. Let me take you on a journey to restore your body's strength, even while you sleep. You see, your body doesn't stop working just because you're asleep. While you rest, your body works. Silently, tirelessly. It repairs every tired muscle, every inflamed cell, every micro damage from your day. But healing requires materials, protein, amino acids, key nutrients, and if those aren't there, your body has nothing to rebuild with. Here's something most people don't know. After age 60, our bodies stop absorbing protein as efficiently, even if you eat well during the day. If your body goes to bed empty, it will start breaking down your own muscle to find fuel. Science calls this catabolism, the slow, silent breakdown of muscle during sleep, caused by nutritional gaps, and it happens every night. Over time, it's one of the biggest reasons why people feel weaker, even though they're doing everything right. So what's the solution? It's not eating more. It's not expensive supplements. It's simply choosing the right kinds of food, in the right amount, at the right time. About 30 to 60 minutes before bed, you give your body a smart little snack. Not to make you gain weight, but to help your muscles stay strong, to help your joints feel supported, and to help you wake up feeling refreshed. I've done this for myself. I've guided my patients through it, and after just a few weeks, they tell me the same things. I don't wake up feeling drained anymore. I can take the stairs again without worry. I feel strong again, like I have control over my body. And that's why, today, I want to share with you some of the best foods to eat before bed to protect your muscles, reduce pain, improve recovery, and help you wake up with more strength and ease. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't need a new gym membership. You just need to make one small change to your bedtime habit. And in just a few weeks, you'll feel a difference. So now let's take a look at the first food. Simple, accessible, and surprisingly powerful for protecting your muscles while you sleep. The tiny seed that helped my 67-year-old uncle sleep through the night. Some foods may seem simple, but carry a quiet power most people overlook. And for me, roasted pumpkin seeds are one of the most underrated. Most folks think of them as just a snack, but if you're over 60, a small handful of these seeds before bed can help you sleep more deeply, reduce nighttime leg cramps, and nourish your muscles through your nervous system. Why? Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that helps relax your muscles, calm your nervous system, and ease you into deeper sleep. They also contain tryptophan, a natural precursor to serotonin and melatonin, two key compounds for mood balance and restful sleep. And here's something especially important for men in their 60s and 70s. Pumpkin seeds also provide zinc, which supports muscle recovery, boosts immune function, and helps maintain testosterone levels. Let me tell you a quick story. My uncle, he's 67, used to wake up almost every night with painful calf cramps. Medications didn't work, so I said, try this instead, a handful of dry roasted pumpkin seeds before bed, and a sip of warm water. 10 days later, he called me laughing, "Doc, I slept like a log, didn't even hear the thunderstorm. And best part, no more leg cramps." How to use it. About 1 tablespoon, 10 to 15 grams, of dry roasted unsalted pumpkin seeds. Chew them well. Avoid flavored, salty, or oil-fried versions. You can pair them with warm milk or a nut butter for added effect. Sometimes the biggest shifts in how we sleep and how we feel in our own body come from the smallest changes. A pumpkin seed may be small, but it speaks directly to your muscles, your nerves, and your sleep. The second food I want to share looks like a dessert, but it's secretly a healing remedy, supporting both your muscles and your gut. But for older adults, it's actually a powerful healing ally before bed. Let's talk about Greek yogurt and why I call it gut fuel for your muscles. I once asked a 75-year-old woman, "Do you ever eat yogurt?" She shook her head. "Oh no, yogurt is dairy. I thought it would mess with my stomach." I smiled, placed a small jar in front of her, and said, "This isn't your regular yogurt. This is food for people who've learned to love their body from the inside out." Greek yogurt isn't just a dessert. It's a gentle blend of healing, strength, and gut peace. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is triple strained, which removes most of the lactose and water, leaving it thick, creamy, and packed with twice the protein. It also contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles throughout the night. And here's another bonus. It's rich in probiotics, good bacteria that support digestion, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption, something especially important as we age. One study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who ate high-protein Greek yogurt before bed for 6 weeks increased muscle protein synthesis by 26%, improved mitochondrial function in their muscle cells, and best of all, woke up with more energy. No gym, no expensive supplements, just one smart snack at the right time. One of my longtime patients, Dorothy, age 66, used to wake up with a stiff neck, bloating, and broken sleep. I told her, try half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, no sugar, about 30 minutes before bed. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few blueberries if you like. 2 weeks later, she called me with a lighter voice. "Doctor, I slept all night, no strange dreams, and I didn't wake up feeling like a rock." How to enjoy it. About a half cup, 120 grams, of plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. Add a dash of cinnamon, chia seeds, or berries if you'd like. Avoid flavored or sweetened types. They can spike your blood sugar and disturb your sleep. And don't worry if you're sensitive to dairy. Greek yogurt has very low lactose and most people tolerate it well. Here's what I want you to remember. A healthy gut means stronger muscles. Better sleep means better healing. And when both happen together, you wake up feeling truly recharged. If you're looking for a food that's gentle, nourishing, and powerful, Greek yogurt may be the quiet hero you've been looking for. No noise, no gimmicks, just results. Because sometimes the best healers don't shout. They nourish you silently from the inside out. The second food I want to share looks like a dessert, but it's secretly a healing remedy, supporting both your muscles and your gut. But for older adults, it's actually a powerful healing ally before bed. Let's talk about Greek yogurt and why I call it gut fuel for your muscles. I once asked a 75-year-old woman, "Do you ever eat yogurt?" She shook her head. "Oh no, yogurt is dairy." I thought it would mess with my stomach. I smiled, placed a small jar in front of her and said, "This isn't your regular yogurt. This is food for people who've learned to love their body from the inside out." Greek yogurt isn't just a dessert, it's a gentle blend of healing, strength, and gut peace. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is triple strained, which removes most of the lactose and water, leaving it thick, creamy, and packed with twice the protein. It also contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles throughout the night. And here's another bonus. It's rich in probiotics, good bacteria that support digestion, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption, something especially important as we age. One study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who ate high-protein Greek yogurt before bed for 6 weeks increased muscle protein synthesis by 26%, improved mitochondrial function in their muscle cells, and best of all, woke up with more energy. No gym, no expensive supplements, just one smart snack at the right time. One of my longtime patients, Dorothy, age 66, used to wake up with a stiff neck, bloating, and broken sleep. I told her, try half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, no sugar, about 30 minutes before bed. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few blueberries if you like. 2 weeks later, she called me with a lighter voice. "Doctor, I slept all night. No strange dreams, and I didn't wake up feeling like a rock." How to enjoy it? About a half cup, 120 grams of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Add a dash of cinnamon, chia seeds, or berries if you'd like. Avoid flavored or sweetened types. They can spike your blood sugar and disturb your sleep. And don't worry if you're sensitive to dairy. Greek yogurt has very low lactose, and most people tolerate it well. Here's what I want you to remember. A healthy gut means stronger muscles. Better sleep means better healing. And when both happen together, you wake up feeling truly recharged. If you're looking for a food that's gentle, nourishing, and powerful, Greek yogurt may be the quiet hero you've been looking for. No noise, no gimmicks, just results. Because sometimes the best healers don't shout. They nourish you silently from the inside out. And now, let's talk about the single most powerful food to stop silent muscle loss after 60, even if you don't exercise. Even if you just want to feel strong again. It's a food many assume is just for young gym goers. But in reality, it's one of the biggest secrets to staying strong after 60. Whey protein shake. For a long time, I hesitated to recommend protein shakes to older patients because the common response was always something like, "Isn't that for kids who lift weights? I'm not trying to build muscle. I just want to age peacefully." But after working with thousands of people over 60, I came to a realization. Strength isn't for showing off. It's not about lifting weights. It's about lifting your own life every single day so you can get to the bathroom on your own at 2 a.m. So you can carry a bowl of soup, open a door, or hug your grandchild without trembling hands. And that's why a simple whey protein shake, used the right way, can become a quiet but powerful ally for anyone losing muscle each night without realizing it. Whey protein is a complete protein extracted from milk and highly absorbable. It's rich in leucine, an amino acid known as the muscle-building switch. After 60, our bodies stop responding to small amounts of protein like they used to. You need the right type, in the right dose, at the right time, to flip that recovery switch. And the best time? Right before bed. A 2021 clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed older adults, 65 plus, who consumed 40 grams of whey protein before sleep, experienced a 22% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, a significant drop in muscle breakdown, and notable improvements in balance, walking speed, and the ability to stand from a chair without any added exercise. In other words, even if you can't move much during the day, whey protein is working for you quietly while you sleep. Let me tell you about Alan, 71 years old, widowed, living alone. He told me he avoided going out because he felt weaker every day. I showed him how to make a simple protein shake, just with filtered water or unsweetened almond milk, and drink it 30 minutes before bed. A month later, he came back to my office, holding a photo. It was a picture of him walking hand in hand with his grandson in the park. He looked at me and said one sentence I'll never forget. "I don't feel like I'm aging anymore. I feel like my body's finally catching up with my spirit." How to use whey protein. Mix 1 scoop, 25 to 40 grams of whey isolate with water or unsweetened plant-based milk. Drink it 30-60 minutes before bedtime. For taste, add cinnamon, half a banana, or a spoonful of almond butter. Avoid pre-made bottled shakes. They often contain sugar, additives, or unhealthy oils. If you're lactose intolerant, choose whey isolate or hydrolyzed whey. They're easier on digestion. I know changing your eating habits after 60 isn't always easy. But let me ask you this. If just one small nightly shake could help you walk steadier, rest deeper, and live with more freedom, wouldn't that be worth a try? Don't wait for the pain to get worse. Start tonight with a single scoop of strength. Up next, let me introduce you to what I call nighttime muscle cream. Soft, smooth, easy to digest, but powerful enough to calm your body and feed your strength as you sleep. Packed with magnesium, plant-based protein, and healthy fats, all working together to protect your body while you sleep. We're talking about almond butter. I still remember the first time I prescribed almond butter to a patient. He looked surprised and laughed out loud. "Are you serious, doc? Nut butter? I thought that was for health influencers on Instagram." I laughed with him and said, "You're not wrong. But for folks like us, this isn't a trendy snack. It's a quiet way to protect our strength, our sleep, and our peace of mind." Almond butter is one of my favorite night foods for people over 60. Why? Because in just 1 tablespoon, you get healthy fats to stabilize your blood sugar overnight, magnesium to relax your nervous system and muscles, vitamin E for tissue repair, and plant protein to gently support your muscles through the night. After 60, it's common to wake up in the middle of the night with muscle tightness, rapid heartbeat, or just a sense of restlessness. But here's the truth. It's not just age. It's your body not getting what it needs to stay balanced while you rest. A 2020 study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed a small serving of almond butter before bed had better nitrogen retention, a key marker of muscle preservation, lower cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle, and deeper, more continuous sleep. And when I say it works, I mean it, not just in science, but in real lives. Let me share a story. Maria, 73 years old, called me at 5 a.m. one morning. Her voice was tired. She said, "Doctor, I sleep enough hours, but I still wake up exhausted. I keep waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. and can't fall back asleep." I didn't change her sleep medication. I just told her, try 1 spoon of almond butter, 30 minutes before bedtime. Don't mix it with anything, just the spoon. The next week, she came into my office, her eyes brighter than I'd ever seen. She said, "I slept all the way through till 6 a.m. I didn't wake up once. I feel light. My mind is clear." Here's why it works. Magnesium calms your nervous system, reduces muscle cramps, and improves sleep. Monounsaturated fats keep your blood sugar steady overnight, so you don't get sudden crashes that wake you up. Plant protein supports your muscles gently without stressing digestion like animal protein can. How to use almond butter. Take 1 tablespoon, eat it directly like a nightly ritual just for you. If you prefer, spread it on a slice of whole grain toast, apple slices, or a seedy cracker. Most important, choose a natural almond butter. No added sugar, no industrial oils. Look for the kind with a natural oil layer on top when you open the jar. To me, almond butter is a small act of self-care, a gentle reminder. You deserve to be nourished, deeply, consistently, and with love. We don't need fancy new foods after 60. We just need the right foods at the right time and the wisdom to listen to what our body is asking for. So if you often wake up feeling stiff, anxious, or mentally foggy, try a spoonful of almond butter before bed tonight. No prep, no hassle. But it just might be the difference between a night of sleep and a night of true recovery. The kind of rest that heals you, not just physically, but emotionally too. In this next part, I'd like to share a food rooted in Asian tradition. Soft, clean, and surprisingly powerful. A food that calms your nerves and helps rebuild your body overnight. Steamed tofu or warm soy milk. I once asked an elderly vegetarian patient, "What do you usually eat before bed?" She smiled gently and said, "A few bites of steamed tofu. It's light, easy on the stomach, and helps me sleep better." I nodded, saying nothing, because she was doing exactly what I often recommend, even to my non-vegetarian patients. Give your body a protein that's light, but deep. Tofu and soy are some of the purest nighttime recovery foods I've come across. In just one serving, you get complete plant protein, yes, all 9 essential amino acids, arginine, which improves blood flow and tissue repair, and most importantly, isoflavones, plant compounds that gently support hormonal balance. This is especially important for women in their postmenopausal years, when estrogen drops can lead to muscle loss, poor sleep, and even bone thinning. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that women over 55 who consumed soy protein before bed showed increased lean muscle mass, improved sleep quality, reduced chronic inflammation, a hidden threat as we age. And just like science confirms the benefits, real people feel the difference. Let me tell you about a patient named Lanny, 62 years old. She had been a lifelong vegetarian and often complained of poor sleep and light leg tremors at night. I didn't prescribe any medication. Instead, I told her, steam half a block of soft tofu, sprinkle a little sliced ginger on top, eat it warm before bedtime, just that. Less than 2 weeks later, she told me, "I don't shake at night anymore. I feel like I'm floating into sleep, and I wake up feeling light and calm." Here's how to use tofu or soy milk effectively. Steam a third to half block of soft tofu. Add a few slices of ginger or a dash of light soy sauce if you'd like. Keep it oil-free and warm. Cold or greasy foods are harder to digest at night. Or if you prefer a drink, try a small cup of warm, unsweetened soy milk 30 minutes before bed. Tofu isn't flashy. It won't make you feel full, but it will help your body shift into a deep recovery mode. Relaxed muscles, soothed nerves, and a mind ready for rest. At our age, that's a gift worth cherishing. So if you're looking for something easy to digest, deeply nourishing, and gentle on your system, think of steamed tofu or warm soy milk. It doesn't just feed your muscles, it calms your nerves. It doesn't just support your body, it uplifts your mood, quietly, consistently, and kindly. Sometimes healing doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be true. In this next part, I want to take you back to a simple ritual that feels like a hug from the inside out. A warm glass of golden milk made with milk and turmeric. It might sound like something you drink just to relax, but in truth, it's one of the simplest, most powerful ways to protect your muscles, reduce inflammation, and help you sleep like a child. Picture this. You're getting ready for bed. Teeth brushed, lights off, lying down. But there it is again. That quiet ache in your lower back. That slight twinge in your knee. And your mind still spinning. Have you ever felt that way? Many of my older patients tell me, "I sleep, but I don't rest. I wake up more tired than I was before. I feel like I'm just aging every morning." These aren't just complaints. They're quiet cries for something deeper, something healing. And for these patients, I don't reach for a sleeping pill. Instead, I share something I've used for years, a glass of warm milk with turmeric. Science calls it golden milk. I call it a quiet ritual of healing. Why does this simple drink work so well for sleep and muscle recovery? Let's break it down. Milk, especially whole milk or A2 milk, contains casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles overnight, calcium and vitamin D, and tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin. your body's natural sleep and mood hormones. Turmeric, on the other hand, contains curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories known. It supports joints, protects muscle tissue, eases pain, and even benefits the brain. When you combine the two, you create something truly healing, a drink that soothes your body and your mind at the most important time of day, just before bed. In fact, a 2022 study in nutritional neuroscience showed that older adults who drank a protein-rich milk with curcumin before bed experienced 32% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, less joint pain and stiffness the next morning, better sleep quality, with fewer nighttime awakenings. But beyond the numbers, healing is most powerful when it's personal. One of my patients, Linda, 70 years old, had mild arthritis and difficulty sleeping from anxiety. No sleeping pills, no fancy supplements, just this simple advice. Each night, make your golden milk slowly, like you're doing something kind for yourself. No rush, no expectations, just consistency. 3 weeks later, she told me, "I'm not afraid of nighttime anymore. My body feels softer and I wake up light, not stiff." Want to make your own golden milk? Here's how. Gently warm 1 cup of milk, about 200 milliliters. Don't boil. Add a quarter teaspoon turmeric powder. Add a pinch of black pepper to boost curcumin absorption. Stir gently. Optional. Add a small spoon of raw honey for a natural sweetness. Drink slowly. No phone, no TV, just you and this gentle moment of care. Don't drink cow's milk? No problem. You can use almond, soy, or oat milk, as long as it's fortified with calcium and protein. If there's one thing I hope you remember from this, it's this. Healing doesn't come from loud or dramatic things. It comes from quiet, gentle consistency, and maybe, just maybe, 1 warm cup of golden milk tonight can be the key to waking up tomorrow not just older, but stronger, steadier, and softer in body and spirit. So tonight, before you reach to turn off the light, ask yourself, have I nourished my body enough to heal while I sleep? If the answer is no, then your golden milk is waiting for you, right there in the kitchen. And with it, peace, warmth, and the strength to begin again tomorrow. The next food I want to share might surprise you. It's white, soft, mild, and often overlooked. Cottage cheese. Yes, that soft, white, humble-looking cheese that often gets forgotten in the back of the fridge. It's actually one of the most underrated tools for protecting your muscles as you sleep. I know what you might be thinking. Cheese, isn't that bad for cholesterol? I'm too old for these high-fat foods? I get it, because I used to think the same. But here's what I learned, both as a doctor and as someone in their 60s. Cottage cheese contains a special type of protein called casein. Unlike whey protein, which digests quickly, casein breaks down slowly, releasing amino acids over 6 to 8 hours right while you sleep. It's like a candle with a slow burn, feeding your muscles all night long, quietly and gently. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed casein before bed had a 31% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, compared to those who went to bed without it. That's not a small thing. That's the difference between losing muscle and keeping it, even rebuilding it, while you sleep. And it's not just science. I've seen it work over and over again. One of my patients, Mr. Russell, 72, followed this for 3 weeks. I had half a cup of cottage cheese before bed. No sugar, no toppings, just plain. And within 10 days, I realized I no longer had to grab onto the chair to stand up in the morning. I felt stronger, more stable, like something inside me was quietly being rebuilt. How to use it? 1/2 cup of cottage cheese. Choose low-fat or fat-free if watching calories. Add a few banana slices, a dash of cinnamon, or 1/2 teaspoon of honey if you need a bit of flavor. For extra benefit, sprinkle 1 teaspoon of chia seeds for fiber and omega-3s. Bonus: cottage cheese also contains tryptophan, an amino acid that boosts serotonin and melatonin, helping you fall asleep faster and sleep deeper. It's gentle on digestion, even for sensitive stomachs. In fact, I often recommend this to patients who suffer from nighttime cramps or insomnia, just half a cup before bed. A small step that can make a big difference in how your morning feels, because sometimes strength returns, not with noise, but with quiet nourishment. Let's talk about one of the most important building blocks in your body: and how to nourish it in the simplest way each night. A modern, easy-to-absorb combo that supports collagen, joints, and muscles. Hydrolyzed collagen powder plus vitamin C. When most people hear collagen, they think of skincare or wrinkles. But once you're past 60, like I am, you realize collagen isn't just about how you look, it's about how you move. After age 50, our bodies produce less collagen to 1.5% each year, and collagen isn't just in your skin, it's the internal glue that holds your muscles, ligaments, tendons, and joints together. So when collagen declines, you don't just lose elasticity in your skin, you lose the structural support that keeps your muscles stable and pain-free. That's why I often recommend a small serving of hydrolyzed collagen plus vitamin C before bed. One study from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who took collagen peptides with vitamin C before sleep showed improved connective tissue elasticity, increased muscle density, especially in sedentary individuals, reduced joint pain and stiffness in the morning. Vitamin C isn't just for immunity, it's the key that activates collagen production in the body. Think of it like the match that lights the fire. Without it, collagen can't do its job properly. I once had a patient named Susan, 65 years old, who struggled with stiff shoulders, aching joints, and constant fatigue after sleeping. I didn't give her pain pills. I simply said, each night, mix 1 scoop of hydrolyzed collagen into warm water. Add a squeeze of fresh orange or lemon juice. Drink it before bed. Less than 2 weeks later, she called me. My joints aren't popping when I stretch anymore. For the first time in months, I woke up without that aching in my neck and shoulders. How to use it. Mix 1 scoop of hydrolyzed collagen peptides into 200 ml of warm, not hot water. Add fresh lemon or orange juice for natural vitamin C. Drink 30-60 minutes before sleep. Avoid mixing with milk or very hot liquids, as it may reduce absorption. In over 30 years of medical practice, I've learned this. Recovery doesn't come from strong pills. It comes from gentle care of the parts that hold you together. Muscles, joints, connective tissue, they're all held by collagen. When you nourish collagen, you're giving your body a better chance to move without pain and rest without tension. So if you often wake up feeling stiff, tired, or like your body is falling apart, try this simple combo tonight. No drama, no sugar rush, just quiet, essential support for the strength that's already inside you. And maybe all your body needs is a little help to remember how strong it can be. In the next part of our journey, I want to reintroduce a food that's sitting quietly in your fridge. It looks ordinary, but it holds surprising power for people over 60. A food you don't need fancy gadgets for, no fridge tricks, no meal prep stress. All you need is a pot of boiling water and a bit of patience. That's right, boiled eggs. Sounds ordinary, doesn't it? But don't let their humble look fool you. For someone over 60, a simple boiled egg at night can be worth more than a supplement. It's what I often call a natural muscle-preserving medicine. I remember one of my patients, Uncle Min, 65 years old, once said, "Doctor, I know my muscles are getting weaker, but I really don't feel like eating anything at night. Cooking's a hassle, and I'm afraid late-night food will mess with my sleep or weight." I smiled and told him, "Tonight just boil 2 eggs, no seasoning, no dipping sauce, that's it." 2 weeks later, he came back with a smile. "Doctor, I didn't change anything else, just added those 2 eggs at night, but every morning now, I wake up feeling steadier. No more that wobbly, weak leg feeling." That's the power of giving your body exactly what it needs without overthinking it. Why are eggs so effective? Each egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality protein, packed with all the essential amino acids your body needs to maintain muscle after 60. But most importantly, eggs are rich in leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch. Without leucine, your body can't turn on its muscle rebuilding mode. And the older you get, the more leucine you need to activate that process. A 2021 study in Nutrients tracked adults over 60 who ate eggs at night for 12 weeks. Results showed 19% improvement in muscle retention, significant increase in IGF-1, a natural growth hormone that supports muscle repair but usually declines with age. How to use 1 or 2 fully boiled eggs. You can pair them with avocado slices for healthy fat and longer satiety. For added benefit, sprinkle turmeric and black pepper, turmeric for anti-inflammation, pepper to boost curcumin absorption. Eggs are gentle on digestion, no sugar, no fast carbs, no insulin spikes, just slow, steady fuel for overnight repair. I always tell my patients, you don't need more food, you just need the right food. And boiled eggs are one of the most right foods you can choose to maintain your strength, balance, and the belief that you're still in control of your own health. So tonight, if you ever wake up with shaky legs, feel unsteady getting up, or dread that weak feeling, remember, 2 boiled eggs can go a long way. Sometimes, the strongest medicine doesn't come from a bottle, but from a quiet choice you make in your kitchen. Now let's talk about something smooth, creamy, and powerful. A food many older adults need but rarely think of: cashew butter or walnut butter. I once had a senior patient ask me, "Doctor, I can't eat peanut butter. Is there something else just as good for my sleep and muscles?" I smiled, pulled out a small jar of walnut butter and said, "Absolutely. This is gentle on your heart, your nerves, and even your joints." Cashew and walnut butters are amazing alternatives for older adults who want healthy fats, low allergens, easy digestion, and slow-burning energy for recovery. For many people over 60, peanut butter feels too heavy or causes bloating. But these gentler nut butters, they support you without overwhelming your system. What they offer: monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, stabilize blood sugar overnight, magnesium, vitamin B6, and tryptophan, calm the nervous system, boost melatonin naturally. Walnuts, in particular, offer plant-based omega-3s, excellent for joint and muscle inflammation. A nutrient study showed that adults over 60 who consumed 1 to 2 teaspoons of cashew or walnut butter at night experienced deeper sleep, reduced systemic inflammation, faster muscle recovery, even without exercise. I had a patient, Mr. Gerald, 73, who had mild type 2 diabetes and was terrified of crashing blood sugar at night. I told him, each night take 1 teaspoon of walnut butter, no sugar, no salt, before bed. He followed that faithfully. 3 weeks later, he shared, "I sleep through the night now. My body feels more solid, and my morning blood sugar's been more stable." How to use: 1 teaspoon of cashew or walnut butter eaten directly, or spread lightly on whole grain crackers, apple slices, or a piece of whole grain toast. Always choose natural, unsweetened, oil-free varieties. If it feels dry, sip some unsweetened warm milk with it. Nut butters are like a gentle nighttime wrap for your body. They don't make you gain weight when used correctly. They don't cause bloating if you choose the right type. In fact, they help stabilize your nighttime metabolism, protect muscle, and keep your body fueled until morning. So if tonight you don't feel like cooking, blending shakes, or prepping anything fancy, just a teaspoon of cashew or walnut butter is enough to nourish your recovery, hold your strength, and carry you gently into the next day. It's not loud, not flashy, just one quiet act of self-care done with love. What if 1 small glass before bed could reduce inflammation, ease pain, and help you sleep like a child? In the final part of this journey, let me share with you a slightly unusual bedtime food: a tart, deep red juice rich in anti-inflammatory compounds and natural melatonin. It's clinically proven to ease sore muscles and help you sleep more deeply. Let's talk about tart cherry juice. You know, not every aching shoulder, stiff back, or sore muscle in the morning is caused by sleeping in the wrong position. Often these are the silent result of low-grade inflammation, the kind you don't see but slowly chips away at your vitality night after night. And what if I told you there's a juice that can soothe your body from the inside, reduce inflammation, deepen your sleep, and enhance muscle recovery? Would you believe me? Its name is tart cherry juice. Not the shiny, sweet cherries you see on top of cakes. I'm talking about Montmorency tart cherries. Small, dark red, and naturally sour. They're packed with natural melatonin, supports your sleep-wake cycle. Anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce muscle inflammation. Quercetin, potassium, and other recovery-boosting phytonutrients. A 2019 study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that adults over 50 who drank tart cherry juice before bed experienced 33% less morning muscle soreness, 15% better sleep quality, and significantly higher levels of melatonin and anti-inflammatory markers. Just 1 small glass, and you're already calming your nervous system, softening your muscles, and setting your body into deep repair mode. And while the research is impressive, what moves me most is seeing the shift in people's lives. One of my patients, Thomas, 69 years old, used to wake up feeling more tired than when he went to bed. Muscle fatigue, restless sleep, and that frustrating morning stiffness. I didn't change his medication. I simply suggested, tonight drink 100 mils of pure tart cherry juice, 45 minutes before bed. A week later, he messaged me, I woke up without my body complaining. Thank you, doctor. How to use tart cherry juice effectively. Drink 4 to 6 ounces, 120 to 180 mils of 100% pure tart cherry juice, unsweetened, 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime. If the taste is too strong, you can dilute with water or add a few drops of lemon. Avoid cherry cocktails or juices with added sugar. Sugar can disrupt sleep and increase inflammation. And here's something subtle, yet deeply true. When you care for your muscles, you regain your balance. When you sleep deeply, your body truly recovers. And when you no longer fear stepping out of bed in the morning, that's when you're truly living, not just surviving. So if you're looking for a natural, side effect-free, non-habit-forming solution to sleep better, feel less achy, and rebuild muscle overnight, tart cherry juice may be nature's bedtime gift just for you. A small glass, a big step toward restful sleep and resilient living. Because at this stage of life, it's not just about living longer. It's about waking up with energy, ease, and the quiet joy of knowing you're taking care of the only body you'll ever have. So today, you've joined me through 12 carefully chosen bedtime foods designed specifically for people over 60 to fight muscle loss, soreness, and the silent health decline that happens during sleep. You don't need to do them all. Just pick 1 or 2 that fit your body and make it a small, loving habit each night. Because transformation doesn't come from big moves. It comes from small actions done consistently at the right time. So tonight, which one will you choose? Cottage cheese or boiled eggs? Tart cherry juice or golden milk? Or maybe just 1 spoonful of nut butter to remind your body, I still care for you, no matter how tired I was today. Let me know in the comments below. Which one are you trying tonight? And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with someone you love, subscribe to join me every week for simple, science-backed health tips to help you stay strong, stay steady, and live with quality. Because I truly believe age doesn't take away your strength unless you stop caring. But when you care for yourself the right way, every night isn't just sleep, it's a return to strength. Wishing you a peaceful night and a stronger tomorrow from the inside out.